everybody.
Hi.
Welcome. Well, today's a special, exciting bonus episode for you because we have our first guest. And when I say we, it's just me. I've got a guest, presenter, host, whatever you want to call it.
This is so exciting.
So who are you?
Hi guys. Hello, many fans. I am
Not only fans.
Oh,
no, that would be weird.
that would be a bit weird. Mother and daughter.
Ooh,
No. Anyway,
who are you?
I am Amber Lily Roberts, and
full
I am
title.
Thank you. I am daughter of Mark and Suzie here at the podcast.
Not another couples podcast.
Yes, but I don't want to say that because I am not a couple.
Yeah,
with
but that's
you.
what the podcast
Yes,
is
I
called.
know. I watch
innit?
it every week.
No, you don't.
I don't. I'm too busy.
Too busy? That's a bit rude, isn't it?
I try and listen when I'm on the coach
Really
on my way
bored.
to my games, actually.
Motivation. My parents are with me in spirit.
No reception.
A bit rude.
Joking.
Bit
I just
rude.
the first episode I listened to, Dad was talking about sex, so I said, nope, that's okay.
Wow.
Not going to listen to that
That's
anymore.
how you got here. Wasn't it?
Did you hear that pause? That shouldn't have been said. Yeah.
Tumbleweed. Well, there's going to be a lot being said on here you might not like or...
Okay.
So thank you for joining me today on our first guest. How exciting.
you.
How'd you feel?
I feel amazing.
Do you feel special?
I feel comfortable.
You are in the yellow chair,
I
not
know.
on my chair, not loud.
I actually feel very...
Comfy.
Yeah.
Very, Okay, so what we're going to do is just chat. We're just going to chat. Mother-daughter time. How lovely. So what have you been doing today? Let's talk about what you've been doing today.
Hey guys, so morning routine was I woke up.
Talk to me. Thank you.
I guess I'll talk to you as well. Woke up and went to work. Hashtag first day. But no, second day, sorry.
Big job.
Yep, we're at the cafe down my road in the park, and it gets very busy in summer. It's quite busy now. It's quite quiet today.
Spring, but it's sunny.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Just barista learning till
A barista.
barista.
Barista, maybe? I don't know. Who knows how you say it?
Yeah, we're
I've never heard
we
barista.
speak well here, please.
Barista.
Anyway, learned how to make an Americano and a cappuccino, even though I don't drink coffee, so I didn't think it was very relevant for my
But a lot of
own
people
knowledge.
do.
Yeah, because sometimes the orders get messed up and then people get their own, like, obviously, like, the people working get a free coffee, but I don't like coffee, so I got a free smoothie today.
Oh, well done.
Thank you.
So you were quite funny. It was your first day yesterday.
It was stressful.
It was quite funny because you
You had to be really nice to people all the time.
to be really nice people, but also you finished. You came in. It was like 11 till 3.
And it wasn't
Your
even that
first shift.
big. It was not that big.
And you then had a meeting, like a staff meeting.
And did not sit down for.
Yeah, but funny because you came to the gym afterwards, and it was like you'd literally been down the mines all day. You go, it was
And
so
all
hard.
little-
I had to stand up all day. I was like, oh, you had a longer day at school.
I know, but it's just a standing. Today was fine, and I was there for more hours.
You trained now. It's your
Yeah.
first day. I think it's first day nerves as well. You was a little
was
bit
so
nervous on your
nervous.
first day on a new job, and you're like
Yeah.
new girl. You're the new girl.
I am the new girl, and I'm the youngest by far.
Yeah, but you know,
We've
it's
got like
good.
third year uni
So it's
students.
just
That's
Easter
good.
holiday job while
Yeah.
you're back from uni.
Working my first weekend shift on Saturday. I'm on the till, so that's gonna be quite busy and that finishes at 5.
Crikey.
Basically a
So-
night shift at that point.
A night shift finishes at 5 p.m.
It literally is.
When you were at school, you used to go to school like leave for
7
school
till
at
7.
7:15 in the morning and come back at 7 p.m. So I think that was a lot tougher.
True that.
So okay, let's talk about school then. So early school life. What do you remember? What was your first memory like of school?
Oh, primary school.
Or nursery? You went
Well,
to Montessori school.
I don't remember anything of
Do you
my
not remember
nursery.
that at all?
I was like 2.
Yeah, but
No.
my first memory, I remember being at my nursery
You don't
school.
remember what time you were born?
No.
Surely you've been told
Of
that.
course I don't know. I was a
But
baby.
I ask all the time, when was I born? On my birthday, so I can say happy birthday to
remember
myself.
when you were born.
No, you. You don't remember when yourself was
Yeah,
born.
because Granny never told me. She can't. It's not me remembering.
Squishy.
You can't remember as a newborn
No,
when you were
obviously,
born.
But you,
She doesn't even know I exist. You know what day I am. She didn't give me a middle name.
about to say exist.
She didn't give me a middle name. She's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
well,
whatever. I can't
you're
remember.
just kind of there.
First child's most important.
Mm.
First child.
First podcast guest.
Yeah, first child, first podcast guest. The golden child.
Anyway,
early memory. What do you remember? Do you remember,
primary
nothing about
nothing.
Montessori?
I remember
Montessori school.
The woman,
Mrs. Payne.
Mrs. Payne.
P-A-Y-N-E.
Me and her we were close.
She dealt with you. Honestly, we would leave our house. It was the road behind our house was where the school was. A very strict Montessori school. And you would scooter at 300 miles an hour. I'd be in my gym kit running behind you. And people would always say, you're going to the gym? I'm like, no, I'm just running to keep up with a crazy girl.
Yes, I had quite a few issues.
No, you didn't. You just had a lot of energy.
I was just special.
And you needed to be and do what you wanted. And I get that now.
Well, now we know what we are.
Yeah, but at the time, I didn't really get it because I can cope with that.
Because it wasn't around then.
Of course it was, but it wasn't.
No, but yeah.
But what I'm saying is you would have a massive screaming fit, like be crying, shouting, massive tantrum all the way there. And then it was like she had some spell over all the kids that came in.
Scary.
And she would stand in the doorway. She was almost like Mrs. Trunchbull.
Nanny McPhee.
Yeah, Nanny McPhee. She would just stand and look and she'd go, Amber, that's enough of that. And you would stop crying immediately. I've been trying for like 20
Did you cry
minutes.
about to yourself?
No, I used to get really pissed off that she had this like.
No, but when you get angry, sometimes you cry. Like when I get really angry,
but I used to
cry.
get so. It used to really annoy me because I was like trying all the things that I thought would work, and she would just stand in the doorway of her house, and you'd go walk up her driveway, which seemed like a really long way when you were tiny. And as you were getting nearer, you'd be screaming and shouting, and she'd just say, "Amber, that's enough of that." And you would stop crying as like she'd put a trance over you and you'd walk in and go off to Montessori land.
It's because I was special and she knew I was special.
But I do remember before you went to the nursery school, you had to... So you learnt your first swear word from your father.
No, from Katie.
No, from your father.
Oh.
You were tiny. Your father, Mark. Yes. The one who's normally on the podcast, not some random person.
Father.
Your actual father.
My dad.
Your dad. I can remember it was one day he'd gone out, he was going to work on a motorbike. It was pouring with rain and
lost it.
He went out. You were standing there with your dummy in, which you're obsessed by, and he would come back. He came back in to get changed because it was raining. He came back in, he went, oh, F it. It's like raining, so bleh. And as he got changed, he got changed and went straight out the door within like 5 minutes, and you just stood there going, "Fuck it, fuck it," with your dummy in, literally like Simpsons child with the sucking your dummy. Fuck it, and I was like, ugh.
Did you make it a scene like that was a bad word, or did you try and be like?
No, I was saying, "Oh, have you got something in your pocket? Oh, let's go find a bucket." Yeah. Anything that sounded.
I was going to say because if you make a big deal, I'm going to say that even more. Yeah, it's going to be brilliant.
And then, but actually, weirdly, then we had to go for your trial, like morning session at the Montessori. No, the Montessori school, nursery
trial
school.
at Holy
And
Cross
I spent
is a story.
20 minutes like sweating in a cold sweat, thinking you were going to drop something and just go, "Oh, fuck it."
Yeah.
You were like
an old woman.
Nah, she's not coming here because you did it. You dropped. You're putting hangers. ADHD style into the cupboard, early signs, and all like lined up, all OCD hangers in the cupboard, and one dropped, and you went, "Fuck it!" You actually did it in context.
Why am I actually iconic?
I was 16, I think, with Flynn as a baby, just going,
and then Flynn.
Pocket, you've got something in your pocket. Yeah, that's my early memories anyway. What are your early memories? What's your first memory?
Only Holy Cross. I remember. Actually, Maddie, my best friend, hey, watching, she actually told me about the time where I think it was still reception. And do you remember I was the only child to have a chart? You know, the special chart?
Yes.
Because apparently I was really aggressive.
Don't know where you get that from.
No. And I had a chart. Obviously, that day they told me about this chart. I was really angry about it because I was like, why are you singling me out? Obviously, didn't know about it, like, you know. Anyway. And then get told that during the fire alarm, everyone went outside, you know, everyone like orderly line, everyone in their little thingies. And I get told that I was the one that they were all trying to find. And I was under the teacher's desk who had given me the chart. And I was just hiding there. And they had to send like people in to try and find me. I remember that. I remember being shouted at.
That was just ridiculous.
That was just weird. Why do I have a chart?
You were at an all-girls school, so that's...
All-girls Christian?
Catholic. we were not Catholic, but that was just
With nuns.
one nun.
I had a meeting with that nun every single Friday and had a hot chocolate.
Sister Ursula.
So she was kind of the go,
She was cool. She was Austrian.
She was cool. She
should have-
understood that I was normal.
Well, I remember your first day. Do you remember your first day going?
Miss Peterson.
Yeah, so there was a very tall music teacher there.
Goat.
She's super, but
Absolute
quite
goat.
intimidating on your first day.
True.
And they
She's
buddy up a reception girl with a year 6 girl. And you've got my Lily,
My
who was the
Lily.
thankfully the PE teacher's, very cool PE teacher's daughter. And she obviously had been brainwashed and walking perfectly like a good Holy Cross girl. Amber, you were
This is where I'm 4, bearing in mind.
She was 4 years old. First day at big school, as you'd call it. And I was following behind. And Mrs. Peterson's about 5'11" or
10,
6
yeah,
foot or
she's
something.
not-
She's a
yeah.
very tall lady. And then my Lily, beautiful Holy Cross girl, who's like 11, 12, whatever. And then you were like twirling and flinging around and moving around. Like,
And
whoa.
then-
So Mrs. Peterson turns to you and she says, Amber, could you walk like a good Holy Cross girl, like my Lily, please? And you just looked up and went, no, thank you.
And did a
I'm going to walk like
cartwheel.
this. And just carried on. And I was just like walking behind going,
How did I get in? Actually, how did I get in?
Well,
Did they see
I-
I was special and needed mending?
No, you were spirited, as they like to call it in the baby books. Miss Peterson loved you by the end of it. Obviously.
Yeah,
She
because...
was, because they're all like robots, a lot of these
Also,
girls.
we did, like, music lessons together.
Yeah, but you also had a bit of oomph about you. You had something about you, whereas a lot of the
Pizzazz.
girls were just like blank canvas. I also joined the parents' committees, so you didn't get expelled. Age 5.
I didn't do anything bad.
No, you didn't do anything bad, but they like to like
I remember they had
conform you
yeah.
into this tiny little tunnel. And I did say to them, I said, look, she's brilliant. If you can engage her, she will hyper focus, which we didn't know at the time, and be brilliant at it.
Right, let's get something out of the way.
But
Because it keeps coming up.
but if you don't, then she's going to be bored rigid, and she's going to annoy you because
Like a
you're
normal
boring
person.
the pants off her. So get her engaged in something she loves and is good at, and she'll be brilliant.
And that's when sport found me.
And you did sport.
Hashtag-
But and sport and music. So
Yep.
singing, drama, all that sort of performance. Anything that was
Trombone.
like moving. Trombone. Remember the
Grade
trombone
1
days?
distinction.
Woo! Have you played it since?
No, it's downstairs.
No, it's not. It's gone
Oh,
back.
it's gone.
It's gone back to the person we borrowed it off in the first place. Trombone, yes, but that was the funniest thing. So they used to call
Oh my
this
god, the class.
brass. What's it called? It brass class.
Brass club. Or
Brass
something.
class.
With the actual weirdest man. If he watches this, you're weird. I'm sorry, I don't like you. He
But
was
the
so.
funniest
He
thing-
fell. How do you fall asleep? And he used to teach me trombone. He fell asleep in my lesson. I was playing like back to like the James
Wars
Bond,
or
yeah,
something,
or
yeah.
James Bond. This is my private lessons when I liked it. Trombone, one of the loudest instruments in the world. And when he would fall asleep, I'd purposely blow it so loud, and he'd wake up and be like, "Oh, that was really good, Amber." I go, "Yeah, I know."
Maybe
it was.
he just
play
like was
something
closing
random.
his eyes, listening to
He
the
was
beautiful,
absolutely. He snores.
beautiful sounds
snores.
that you were making. But I just remember you standing up and just like umpar band. It was so funny.
Anyway,
Sounded awful when you did this
It
like,
was
first
rubbish.
trial thing, didn't you? It was just the funniest thing, honestly.
Nothing went together.
Very funny. But that was the start of your musical career.
Oh yes, then
So secondary school, obviously you went from all girls to
Mixed.
This is a bit like This Is Your Life.
Got
Emma
lit.
Roberts went to a co-ed.
first
let's call it.
boyfriend, first week.
Who's that?
Ryan.
Oh yes. Oh my god,
I
funny.
actually got told that the other day because I forgot.
So Emma kept talking about this American got boy, he was like
Yeah.
surfer,
Oh.
really cool, really cool. And obviously what you can remember, the girls when they're like 11, 12 are like really tall because they've all
my God.
like advanced physically,
All the
mentally,
boys.
everything. The boys look about 8,
Until year
9 or
12, they grow.
something. No, year 9
No,
or
so
10 they do.
They got bigger.
But I remember going, it's like, we were in school, I think, at some event, I don't know what it was, and you like, went, oh my God, it's Ryan. And I looked and I was like, oh my God, he's like, same age as your brother. Your brother's like 2 years younger than you.
Oh,
I was like, I was
that was
expecting
my
this
first
like,
crush.
first crush. And then you had to do that school play where you had to carry him across the thing. Do you remember?
No.
Do you remember? What was that play
Why
you
did
did?
I have to carry him?
I don't know. He was a,
To be fair, he
You
was
were-
really skinny.
I can't remember what you were, but it was just funny. Me and his mum just looked at each other and just laughed because it was quite funny. I can't remember why you had to go.
Bonding.
Not really. It was way after your
Anyway.
massively long-term relationship of about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, I can't remember how we broke up.
So co-ed, again, what I remember of co-ed school for you, the difference was you like the whole girl thing. We were quite similar in that, I think, that we get a bit annoyed by just...
Itchy!
No, just all girls all the time is just too much.
We're not like other girls, guys.
Too much drama over things that could be easily sorted with sport.
I just remember in year 7 and 8, it used to be every single boy in an arm wrestle, in the playground, on the bins, even nearly beat a teacher, but that would be a bit embarrassing, so I think he kind of let me ease off, because that was Mr. Reeves.
He was quite... Yeah. I think he would have...
He actually was the one, side note, he was the one that caught me cheating in my year 8 exam. That was the most scared I've ever been.
What did you write over your really big hands?
I wrote...
Violation.
I wrote the flame test, which is chemistry.
I do know that, thank you. Yes.
On my hand, which is stupid, because that's probably the most easy thing to remember.
And quite obvious on your hand.
Yeah, I was a bit silly. Most girls used to write on their legs underneath their skirt, because which male teacher is going to ask them to lift their skirt? Should have done that. Anyway, he comes over. This man is about 6'5", 6'4", and massive. Or maybe he was like a normal height, but just massive. Comes over, he taps me, goes, "Get outside." And I'm like, oh shit. Go outside. He's like, "Let me see your hand." And I go, "No." Makes me go and wash it off. Takes a picture and washes it off.
Did you have a detention? I can't remember.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
My first and only detention.
You're such a swat.
In lower school. Because I like shaped up after that. I was so scared. I like no sanctions the rest of the whole...
You became a bit of a neek, as it's known in the trade now.
Yep.
Nice.
But that was that, really. I can't remember what I was talking about before.
Well, girls v boys, really. It was like, what's the difference?
Yeah, I got mates with quite a lot of the boys through kind of like the sport, the kind of like the chat.
But I think that's the difference between girls who do sport or involved in activities or have other interests, whether it's music, drama, performing, sport, I don't know, whatever, all the different stuff that you can do. I think, but sport specifically, as we know in our house, there's a lot of it, and it just levels everything. You know, just if there's something happens, you can like just deal with it simply without having to talk about it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it become a massive drama. The girls that you know and have experienced who have a lot of drama and can't deal with it quite as easily,
we know
are the ones who don't necessarily do sport. And it's not saying everybody
boring.
Have to do sport, they just don't have any other in their life, so it's either just drama about boys or drama about other girls who've bitched
and
about
it's boring.
them or something.
It's really boring.
Whereas you're good mates now. I think your good mates through school were girls who did sport, but you have different mates.
Yeah, I do. I have girls that don't do sport and RT or musical, and then I have girls that are proper sports all round. I've got a mate who's very smart, very musical, very sporty. You know who we're talking about.
She's very nice as
well. King Amy, shout out.
King Amy, yeah. Suzie shout outs goes to Amy Henwood, thank you. Rugby player.
England rugby player, got a cap.
Yeah.
Now plays for Harlequins.
Ladies.
Very good. Ladies. Yeah. Anyway, well done, Amy.
Well done, Amy.
Thanks.
Big up the Amy. We've got a little double date, haven't you, going?
Oh my gosh, guys. So... we've got a Henwood Roberts meetup. Flynn and the girl in his year, Isla.
Is Amy's sister.
Amy's sister. And they're really close. They're best friends. Yeah. And then me and Amy are all going to meet up on Friday. Be there, be square. And it's going to get lit. We're going to play a bit of rugby. Have a picnic.
Crazy times.
Yeah,
Crazy times.
Anyway.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
Them. Bless them.
Yeah.
So let's talk now about your amazing parents.
Let that silence just kick in.
That's just rude, isn't it?
There's nothing.
Okay, let's just talk about your parents.
Let's talk with the king.
So how's it feel sitting in his seat? Do you feel like Mark?
I feel not as fidgety as Mark.
Or normally when I'm sitting opposite him doing, he's normally like scratching his
sits like this. He actually sits like this.
Or his beard. He puts his fingers over his mouth to talk a lot, which
he does.
Can't really hear.
Anyway,
So how was it growing up with such amazing parents in your life?
Papa.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about Mark.
Okay, let's talk about him because he's not here.
Yeah. He and me and him and I. I'd say we're quite similar in terms of personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I get most of it from you and looks.
Yeah, baby. Aren't you lucky?
But in terms of personality, kind of like touch of the tism, I would say I get it more from Dad.
Touch of the tism.
Touch of the tism. It's true. Like some things we do, it's the same. Like we have to take a minute. I know I do get it mostly from you, but I would say there's bits that me and Dad like do quite.
Well, you both got this like weird when you laugh, like when you uncontrollable laugh. You got this like weird eye thing. It's just like closes. You both close one eye. Yeah. It's really.
And
weird.
we do this.
Yeah, slap your leg.
But yeah, I'd say we're quite similar.
I think
we all know. Let me say.
No, I think you're both similar in fact that you are both very energetic, positive most of the time. Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
like you're up for doing stuff, and you want to go. You're like a little bit more.
We're into our like water activities and not together. We're just activities in the water because we've got a little flenny, and he'll say in his podcast that I'm a mermaid. What was his thing?
Well, do you know what? That's the thing. You used to swim when you were younger, and that would be the only thing that would calm you.
Because I'm underwater.
Yeah. Well, no, you could be having a massive hit. We used to have like swimming lessons unknowingly on a Friday evening or something.
And you'd just be
end of the week, everyone's tired and cranky, and you didn't want to go half the time. And, but once you were there and you're in the pool, it was like you were just like, you'd come out, you just like, it was like a reset button for you. It's like water therapy.
I do feel very calm after swimming now.
Yeah, swimming does.
It is really good because you don't feel like you're sweating and you're still getting the cardio and whole body, like, fitness. It's great.
Okay.
We should get back into that.
So, anyway, your father, and also you're very similar, and also you are going on a really fun trip together.
My biggest Christmas wish / present that I asked for that I didn't think I was going to get because there wasn't a concert in the UK was Dizzy Rascal tickets. It's going to be absolutely lit. And we are flying to Amsterdam and staying over and then seeing the performance that day and staying over and seeing the sights the next day.
Yes.
So that's going to be really fun. Didn't think I was going to get it.
Father-daughter time.
Because I'm going to get Dad in mosh pit.
He loves a bit of drum and bass.
He does love it. But yeah, it's going to be brilliant. Really excited.
So yeah, you go off and you do quite a good fun stuff together, I think. So you're similar in that way.
I would say you are going to agree with me, even though you don't want to. I am a daddy's girl, and Flynn is a mummy's boy.
100%.
Good Christ.
Dads and daughters,
he is a
mums and
mummy's
sons,
boy.
definitely in this house. It's not a mummy's boy, it's just dads and daughters, mums and sons.
He is an absolute mummy's boy. He has been babied all his life.
As he's got older, he's had to like fight for attention around you.
Well, not when he's living by himself here.
But as he's got older, there's more connection, I think, with Dad with like training and rugby and fitness.
They are the exact
like
same
that.
physique, build, need to train every single day, eat a lot. But they eat a lot. That's where all the
But then
goes.
I think as you've both got older, we share time differently with each other.
Yeah, me and Mum do like... Do you remember we bought that clay?
Still to be finished. That's one of our really...
Can we just get it out of the way? Because
we don't know, but
we don't know, but it's pretty obvious that we both have autism.
No, we could have.
No, we don't have. We'd probably. We believe any doctors out there. Please tell us we have ADHD, and that's not just. I don't think we need to be tested. Labels. Yeah, we're not trying to label ourselves, but all my friends say I have it. They'll constantly be saying it, and all my friends that have it say I have it. Mm-hmm. But it's not self-diagnosing. But that's the same as people I know who live with child or husbands or people with ADHD. Yeah. And they're going, Well, Ray, bestie Ray, Auntie Ray to the dogs, she knows the signs. And she is also... So we have chats about that, don't we? Know that either. Yeah. But I think for me, mine's come out later in life. I obviously, if you look back historically, there's lots of signs when I was growing up.
However,
aerobic champion.
no, not that. I just thought it was all to do with sport.
Yeah.
I just thought I had lots of energy. I had energy, but also, you know, the emotional regulation.
We
for
get
us
very
two together. Silent.
What's it called?
I don't know what you mean.
Overstimulated.
Yes.
All the time.
But that was why it's really hard being your parent, because I didn't know that was. No, me.
Wow.
Because
it's
both of us
being your parent.
No, both of us were like, when we do it now, I understand it. I can like step back and go, right, okay, we need to just calm down. Matching rings, thanks,
guys.
Anyway,
that was just me wanting to say something.
But so, as a, you know, you with being a toddler, me as a tired parent, trying to deal with all the noise, overstimulation, everything. I lost my marbles a lot because I didn't understand why I was doing it. I just thought I was a really
car episodes, wasn't there?
I just thought I was a really bad
borderline child abuse.
Shut up! I'm joking. Really bad parent because I couldn't cope. And thinking it was just me being a really bad parent.
Yeah.
It wasn't your fault. It was us combined.
No, I was quite hard.
Yeah, but it was us combined.
We clashed.
Energy, stimulation, noises.
This is actually a really good thing to say. We clashed for, I'd say, up to when I was about 13.
19.
No. We never argue now.
No. I think once you matured a lot better, we understood each other better.
Yeah. I'd say that 13, 14. But maybe 16.
Also, no.
I'd say 16.
We still have our moments. But
not really.
Not as much, no. But we still have a few little...
Yeah, but never like door slamming,
like,
crying.
Well, occasionally I do.
Walks.
If I've got overstimulated and everybody's annoying me and...
That doesn't happen as
much. But mine has come out
here.
way more in perimenopause and menopause. Because your hormones dive all over the place and make it even worse.
Bad days when we are synced. Yeah. Really bad days.
Well, I did say to Dad years ago, because obviously you were quite highly spirited as a child, and I did say, right, well, when she hits puberty and I hit the menopause, I'm going to be hitting the menopause about the same time, so you need to decide who you want living in the house.
What was that when we were actually on call when I'm at uni, and we were on call and we like clashed, and then Flynn, what did Flynn say? He was just like, right, ladies.
He said, you two are just the same. Yeah. You're just the same.
Guys, can we calm down?
He's like the mediator.
Calm down. We're like, what? What'd you say?
Yeah, we both. But you used to do that. You used to have like these massive fits. You'd go upstairs. I remember my mum was here. Granny was here one day. And you'd have this massive hissy fit of both of us, because obviously 3 generations of crazy. And you'd go upstairs and we'd still be like, stewing about it. And you'd go up to your room, because I'd sent you to your room because you were so annoying. And you used to come down. It's like it never happened for you.
No,
seriously.
No,
seriously. One time you came down, you changed your clothes. No, one time it happened, and me and Mum just sat there both going,
can I just say something?
What the hell?
Dad, we had beef for quite a while. We had one of the worst arguments ever. Can't remember what it was about. I remember it was so bad. I was so angry. And I went upstairs, did the usual, like...
You cried in the mirror. She used to stand in front of the mirror and look at herself crying and just go,
I went upstairs. I remember I did that, crying into my pillow, whatever. Not even joking. 5 minutes after, Dad comes upstairs. He goes, "Are we okay? Are we all right? Are we fuck? Sorry. No, seriously. I was so angry. And then I get more angry. And then it would take like 20, 30 minutes. And then I'd come down and we'd hug and be best friends.
Forever.
It would take us longer. Anyway, no more arguments. We're all happy and we're all
we live
lovely.
happily ever after. Well, I think you going to uni has been a really good... No, I'm joking. You going to uni, not being away from home, but just... I said this to Dad. We've just been away skiing and recently, and came back and I said, the difference for you, normally when we're away or doing something like that, if you're tired,
right,
and
about this
hot and cranky and all that stuff, there's no way you'd be like, you were the first person to help unload stuff, you're the first person helping in the kitchen, the first person doing the stuff, and you did used to do that occasionally, but but I'd have to ask you to do it.
Still here.
Yeah, hangry, and that's fine. We get that. We'll get like that if we're hangry. But I'm just saying,
yeah,
I know now. So you used to do that when you come home from school. You used to come home from school, and I'm like, don't talk to you until you'd had your food.
Yeah,
because you were literally wanting to stab people, and you just couldn't answer civilly if you were hungry. And I get that.
That's when, I remember we'd have like really long days of school and then to come back and Dad's asking me millions of questions that I don't know the answers to and don't want to answer.
But you are a different person. It's like you are a totally different person once you've eaten. It's like, ooh, and she's fine and she's back in the room.
It's so weird. Your body is telling you.
But that's how you get... That's if you can see those things and understand those things. If you understand people, then you can...
communicate.
Well, just help people like deal with stuff better rather than just like constantly battling with people.
Like we know not to be in the kitchen when you're trying to make 3 meals.
Yeah.
You're like, get out. We're like, yes, sir.
Because again,
Granny doesn't understand that.
Don't
but
like
she's squishy, so we'll allow it.
Having, we're quite happy we can focus and do stuff if we haven't got people constantly asking you questions and changing things and talking at you. We like noise, but we don't. It needs to be like a controlled noise environment.
This is true.
And so I'm quite happy doing it by myself because I don't want people asking me questions while I'm doing stuff.
I like making my own food now because I know what's getting in it and I know what I want to have that day and it can't be changed.
Yes.
Because I know what I'm having for dinner and no one's making it.
We're quite relaxed and laid back, really. We're not really so rigid. We're so similar. But we do. But I think that's a nice thing. I understand why we are like we are. We're not like weird. We're just different. We like have our own way of doing stuff.
We're just people.
But we have a similar way of things we like, things we don't like. Like we like to watch TV with subtitles.
Yeah, we didn't watch that yesterday. I got a bit... I don't want to say because it was Hairspray.
Well,
and it was already hitting the limit.
You knew the film
I got
already.
the whole family. Me and Mum love it, but I got the whole family. The boys.
Dad gave it a 2 out of 10.
He was lying. He was enjoying some of those songs.
Liar.
He's a liar. He loves some of the Greatest Showman songs, so he can shush. But he was secretly loving on Hairspray.
He just hates musicals.
Yeah, so. I wanted to put the subtitles on, but then Dad could have been like, no, we'll turn it off now. So I didn't want to say anything to disrupt it because I really wanted to watch. I was literally at work. I was thinking I want to watch Hairspray.
You talked about it the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, so I have to watch it.
So we watched it.
Anyway.
It was very fun. But yes, so we're quite similar in things we like, don't like, understand. I understand your needs better, I think, as we've both understood why we are the way we are. Sorry, am I boring you? Jesus.
Really long day of work. Sorry.
Long, hard day of work.
Sorry, so sorry.
Working 9 to... No, what were you? 11 till 4?
5. Oh, 11... 4:30. Yeah, I had to, clear up.
So it wasn't 11 till 5, was it?
Easter Sunday, 7 till 3.
Okay.
But I'm not religious, it's okay.
One more question before we finish.
Oh.
What was it like having a gladiator as a mum? Or did you not
Again,
care?
Silence.
Didn't really care. No, I remember you bringing some friends home, and at the time on YouTube there was only one clip of me
breaking back. Oh, that sounded wrong.
Cracking vertebrae in someone's back accidentally on Hang Tough. This poor girl. That was the only clip back 100 years ago when you were looking at.
I'd show them
when you were about 8
to be
or
fair,
something. And they go, "That's my mum." I'm like, "Please don't show them that."
That was sick. I hope you're alright, by the way. No, I remember at school, at Epsom College, there's one teacher who I loved, Dr. Elliot Lockhart. Love her. But she made it really awkward because it was this EPQ. Do you remember me telling you this? Lower 6th. Trying to, do my A-levels, try and cook and get into uni. And she goes, oh, American or Canadian. Oh, my God, Amber. I didn't want to say anything. But is your mother the gladiator? I know there's an Amber with a gladiator mom. Is that you? I said, yeah, mate, it's me.
Boring.
She said, oh my God, me and my spouse loved your mom. I'm like, okay.
I know, it's slightly awkward at parents' evening when I sat there with her.
Oh, yes, she was secretly fangirling.
Hey.
But I remember in year 7 and 8, I used to love showing videos because people would be like, oh my God, that's sick.
I think I'm American.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. It was fun. Now it's a bit like people ask in a weird way, like, oh my God, your mum's really hot. And I'm like, yeah. Anything to say about me?
She was 23 on the show.
Yes. Well, we all go through changes in bodies. But yeah, everyone, when I put up that thing for your birthday and I put up one picture of the gladiators, about 300 of my boy mates.
300?
Okay, about 10.
10
boy mates, about 4
boy mates. 19-year-old males.
Oh my God,
that's
your
not
mum's
weird.
So hot. Oh, so hot. I'm like,
yeah,
shut
she doesn't
up.
look like that now, love.
Yeah, queen.
I look better.
I've never said queen in my life. I
I
don't
look
enjoy
better.
that.
Yes, you do. You say it all the time.
King.
Yeah, you
King.
do say queen sometimes. You don't realise you say it. You
I
do.
really don't like that I say it.
Why?
It's like, yes, queen.
Yes, queen.
No. King.
King.
King is for all genders.
King Bob.
King Bab! King Bab. Me and Immy, shout.
King shout.
Also, shout out. Can I do a shout out?
You can do an Amber's
Okay, my shout
alert.
out
Amber's alert.
is Bella Buck and Tom Hyde that watch every single week.
Yes, Bella.
Yes, gang.
Big fan.
They'll definitely watch this one because I am their top third wheeler. Shout out, you're welcome. Get famous, follow at Bella Bucky.
Nice.
Or Smelly. I call her Smelly.
Well, on that note, we can finish. You're very welcome to come back and be a guest host again.
I know you enjoy me
We've got
here.
so much more to talk about.
We do.
We've got a lot to talk about, us two.
No more about ADHD because that was a lot.
Well, you know. I'm just doing a fart noise with our hands for the people who are just listening at home and not watching.
Oh yeah, that wasn't
on the
actually
screen,
me.
wasn't it?
Well, that gives you an opportunity to go to YouTube and watch the real thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Download.
Wasn't that really good marketing?
Marketing, yeah.
As a business,
We haven't even talked about
graduate.
uni, and we've got so much more. We can do another
It's okay.
episode. We'll do another episode all about uni.
Sorry, I'm back at uni. I can't.
Well, when you come home for the 8 months in the summer that you're home for, at least you've only got like a month left, and then you're home again.
But it's a big month. Big things are due, which I haven't.
You've got to do a bit of work, right?
Tomorrow, what's it called?
Cooking.
No, what's it called when I don't have a day of job?
Day off.
Day off.
Oh my god.
Day off.
Sure. Has your brain gone to mush?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been talking to people
such
all
a
day.
long day.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me here, guys.
Yeah. See you soon.
Yeah, Esma.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
You